Isn't that amazing? This is 1 week. In 1 week, like, look at the germination rate. Hello, my friends. Welcome to another video. Today, I have a very informative video for you all. We will be talking about one of my favorite herbs to plant in the garden. And this herb is very good for health. It's good for the gut. It's good for the upset stomach. It has a lot of function. People use this herb to cook in the form of seeds when it's all dried. And they also use the leaves, the plant also. So today we are going to talk about how to prevent this herb from bolting when you plant it in your garden. So the herb that we're talking about here is coriander. Yes, coriander. Now, I love coriander because it's very flavorful and it's very savory in soups and in food. So I love it. So right here I have my bottle of coriander, and I use that a lot in my food. I just love coriander. So how can I not get my coriander to bolt when I put it in my garden? Because I want to harvest a lot of coriander, and I love to make green seasonings with my coriander, add with onions and shallots and peppers. I like to make this fantastic green seasoning, and add garlic also. Garlic just add the extra oomph. So I like to do that, and just putting the coriander in it, it just gives an awesome flavor. And then I'm able to ferment it, and I have this seasoning for a long time. Like I have like 3 jars from last year. So tasty, so good and everything. But the video today is how to prevent your coriander from bolting. Point number 1. The first thing you have to do is plant your coriander in a shady spot. So coriander does not like heat. So when you plant your coriander, make sure that it's not in direct sunlight, because once it gets a lot of heat, it's just gonna bolt. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you want to make sure that after you plant your coriander, you keep that coriander cool. So that means you gotta water the coriander day, like morning and evening. Make sure it's kept cool and it never get the chance to get too overheated. Point number 3 is you wanna make sure that your coriander, wherever you plant it, if you plant it in a pot, make sure that it does not dry out. If your coriander dries out, then it starts to bolt. Point number 4 for the coriander. When you plant your coriander in cool weather. Coriander likes cool weather, cool temperatures. They don't like very cold temperature. They will wilt and they will die out because they don't do well in cold temperatures. I mean, like in the minuses, they don't do well. But once your temperature gets up in the plus, even if it's +1, +2, like right now, I think it's like we're +1 or +2 right now. So this is a good weather for coriander. It's maybe cold for you and I, we need to put a jacket on, but for the coriander, love this kind of weather. So make sure that you plant your coriander in cool temperature. So that will give you enough time to harvest a lot of coriander. Point number 5, do not put your coriander in the greenhouse. It is too hot in there and it will definitely bolt. The next point, which is point number 6, is when you're planting coriander, make sure that you trim it. So trim it a lot. Like when you harvest it, just cut it, you know? Give it like a good haircut, like a low haircut. Don't worry about it thinking that it's not gonna come back up. It's gonna spring right back up and it's gonna make much more branches, and it's not like, branches like, and it's gonna become much more bushier. So don't worry about it. And the last point is harvest regularly. Harvest your leaves very regularly and plant in succession. So every 2 weeks, sow some new coriander in a shaded area. This year I decided to do an experiment, and I decided to plant coriander seeds. These coriander seeds that I bought from East Indian store. So this is it. And I decided to plant it to see if the coriander is going to grow. Now look at this, guys. Look at my coriander. Isn't that amazing? This is 1 week. In 1 week, like, look at the germination rate. Incredible. So my coriander is looking so beautiful in there. I'm just gonna leave them. And they smell amazing too. So I'm just gonna leave them there to mature a bit. And then next week we're gonna have some nice weather. I'm gonna start planting them outside. I'm gonna transplant them, put them outside, and in a couple of weeks I should have coriander. So yeah, this is my coriander. And last thing before I close the video, I want to let you know is coriander. Let me drink my tea. You can make a delicious coriander tea. You can add honey in it, or you choose not to, you can drink it black. You can put coconut milk in it, any milk that you like, but it has a very strong flavor. And coriander tea is very good for your gut. It's good for your stomach. Say if you're having upset stomach issues, or if you're not digesting your food well, or sometimes your tummy just tends to get a little bit sickish when you eat certain things. Coriander tea is very good. If you have a tummy ache, you can drink some coriander tea. If you just you're just feeling a little bit under the weather and you want something to soothe you, this coriander tea is good for you. Another thing the coriander is good for, it's for the hair. So if your hair is falling out a lot, you want to make a coriander oil with this, with the seeds, and you just put that oil in your hair, and that should help your hair. If you're having like itchy scalp and your scalp is just really dry, you could use the same coriander oil for your scalp, and that should help you. And another thing coriander is good for is for your skin. So if you have any rashes, if you have any problem with your skin, coriander is good for it. And if you get a mild, like a cut or a wound or something, you can use coriander oil to put on it. It's a great healing agent also. So I guess you didn't know that coriander has all these uses. So do you plant coriander in your garden? Have you ever planted coriander? Are you planning to plant coriander this year? And what methods do you take to prevent your coriander from bolting? Share in the comments below and let me know. I'd really love to hear from you guys. So you all, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys for coming to watch my video all the time. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next video. Mwah, mwah. Stay beautiful and positive. Bye.